Hi everyone, Tom Quee here of Silva Screen Records, back for part 2 of my countdown of some of the greatest Christmas songs ever. Carols, hymns, Hollywood classics, the whole shebang. And just before we get back into it, please be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the fantastic film and TV music content. Comment down below your favourite Christmas song, and of course head to Silva Screen Records' incredible online store for more terrific vinyl that you can shake a candy cane at. Right, back to the list. And at number 10, we have The 12 Days of Christmas from 1780.
Day of Christmas, my true love sent to me, for calling birds, three French hens, two turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
The 99 bottles of beer on the wall of Christmas carols. The 12 Days of Christmas is a classic cumulative carol, where the singer is detailing the increasingly numerous amount of gifts that they are gifting their true love on the 12 days of Christmas, with particular emphasis played to the materialistic 5 gold rings, which is just as it should be. But seriously, the melody is simple and accessible. This is a great song for group singing, and also a fun memorization game. And singing this carol, it carries a unique sense of tapping into history, of going back to, your medieval Tudor England time. Like back when it wasn't all about the 25th of December. Back when people wouldn't gift Nintendo Switches. It was more about pipers piping, whatever that means. And at number 9, we have It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Edward Poole and George Wyle from 1963.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
With its ebullient, uplifting melody and toothy grin delivery, this classic tune is a compendium of all the things you can enjoy at Christmas. There's sledding, there's marshmallows, there's caroling, there's all the social gaieties of the season. The orchestra in particular are fantastic here. The full brass and the strings. Even if perhaps Christmas isn't the most wonderful time of the year for you, it's hard to deny the spirit of this one. Number 8, Jingle Bells by James Lord Pierpont from 1850.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bottom.
Christmas or no Christmas, Jingle Bells is one of the best-known songs in the history of the world. It was actually one of the first songs ever recorded. It was part of an Edison cylinder that was lost. And it was one of the first songs as well that was blasted into space. The tale it tells of the journey of a sleigh ride is perfectly connoted by that rhythm that runs through the song. And it's in particular a joy to hear choirs tackle this, because there's so many contrasting melody lines, you get your ha-has here or whatever. And I love the way that they can intertwine and interweave through this classic, endearing melody. It's plosive and cheeky and mischievous. And, again, like we said with We Three Kings in the last video, it itself has been absorbed into the cultural fabric of the world. Jingle Bells, one of the best-known songs in the world. And I'm sure many people know the Batman Smells variation on top of that. Number 7, White Christmas by Irving Berlin from 1942. The only Oscar-winning song on this list, Irving Berlin's White Christmas, is in the same space to me as, say, A Silent Night or Away in a Manger. Songs that capture that unique, frosty yet heartening ambience that only Christmas can bring. Melodically, the song is just superb. It's perfect, really. That opening line, the dreaming of a white Christmas, the way it descends, that interval is just delicious. It's just drenched in nostalgia and longing. And it's quite quieting, really, to think of the fact that, when this song came out, this was a look back to Christmases of yore. And this song is now more than 80 years old. It's relaxed and numbing. It sways with this gentle kind of cockle-warming sentimentality, but it can still hit you between the eyes. It still has a real soft power. Number 6, Joy to the World by Isaac Watts and Lowell Mason from 1719.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come, let
most published hymn in North America. Joy to the World is really a joy to listen to, these ascending and descending lines that are kind of dancing with each other, creates a kind of frenzied sense of celebration at its heart. We're celebrating the arrival of the Messiah, originally in this song, of course, but I feel like this song has just been adapted into the season just to connote the sense of joy, throughout, really. It doesn't have to be tied to anything in particular. A favourite of choirs, the song is quite basic in its structure, and this allows it to be embellished in many different directions by choirs to really ring out the kind of majestic exuberance that's beating at the core of Joy to the World. And at number 5, we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Johnny Marks from 1949.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game.
This charming song, which tells the story of Rudolph, who becomes a hero on Christmas Eve by guiding Santa's sleigh, is a really winning number. And I appreciate the underlying message going on as well. It's not only something for kids and, something with cartoon characters, if you will, but it's also a testament to endurance and resilience. There is a floaty, festive buoyancy to this tune, which, like Away in a Manger, is, again, another classic for the primary school nativity. How fickle are those other reindeers, though, Blitzen and the like? I mean, they've bullied Rudolph throughout this song, and then when he gets a little chance to shine, they say he's going to go down in history. They're fickle, I tell you. Number 4, Walking in the Air by Howard Blake from 1982. Written for the acclaimed cinematic masterpiece, The Snowman, this song has an ethereal, dreamlike quality to it that is just unforgettable. It really captures the fluidity of flight in its rise and its fall, and it does make you feel like you're right up there with the boy and the snowman. Enchanting and spellbinding, Walk in the Air possesses a purity, a snow-white innocence, stuffed with resonant poetic imagery, such as swooping low on the ocean and swimming in the sky. The tune casts an enchanting spell that has lost none of its power more than 40 years on. And contrary to popular belief, that is not Aled Jones on the original, that is Peter Orty who sung it for the Channel 4 transmission. Indeed, it was Aled Jones who did the Toys R Us song, or the version of it, which came out a few years later. And it was he who sang those immortal 4 words, as Peter Orty was, he was a teenager then. Number 3, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Roy Wood from 1972.
I wish it could be Christmas every day. Let the bells ring out for Christmas.
Merry Glammas. Christmas every day would probably be an unending nightmare very quickly, but I've got to say that Wizard & Co. really make this sound like a good idea on this infectious, robust rocker. And I suppose it's a bit like Greg Lake, who we tackled in the first video with I Believe in Father Christmas. Christmas is more, an ideal, a spirit, a sense. I don't think Wizard are talking about turkey, but maybe they are actually, and, I get it from a certain angle. I wouldn't want it to be Christmas every day for me, but I get it. As we've seen throughout this list, a lot of the power of these songs come from the nostalgia, and this is more of a modern one. But again, it's kind of got that 70s glamness to it that I mentioned prior. It's got lots of chords, it's got a big chorus, it's got a rousing verse. And of course, it has that final moment when the song ends and peels out that, really leaves it lingering in the memory. And at number 2, we have Fairytale of New York by Shane MacGowan and Jem Finer from 1987.
You were handsome,
You were pretty, queen of New York City.
when the band finished playing, they howled out for more. Sinatra was singing,
All the drunks they were singing.
we kissed on the corner, the dancer.
It had to be, didn't it really, the song that defies all convention. I mean, so many Christmas songs are sickly and saccharine sweet. But this is different. This is punky. This is gritty and realistic. This is a Irish folk ballad that plays as a duet, that is set in a drunk tank, and has become the most played Christmas song in the UK for the 21st century. Rude words or not, it captures a tenderness, it captures moments of great hope and despair that rival, the best poetry. There are so many moments littered throughout this song. And it can also turn on a dime too. It can be very sorrowful, but also, very joyous. It has a nice kind of party rump to it. And who can resist singing the boys of the NYPD choir along? I mean, even though there doesn't exist an NYPD choir and they've never done Galway Bay, I mean, I'm pretty sure Rudolph didn't have a red nose either. What remains is the song. And this song, I'm sure you will all agree, is a masterpiece. And at number 1, we have All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey from 1994.
I won't ask for much this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. I just want to keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe.
The sound of contemporary Christmas, a jingling juggernaut that has only gotten bigger and bigger since it was released in 1994. It's testament to this song's quality that despite this overexposure, the appetite for it is ceaseless. It has this indescribable quality, feels from multiple eras at once, both classic Motown, but also very modern as well. And of course, beating at its center is this powerhouse vocal performance. I mean, what else is there to say, really, that hasn't been said about this song? It's up-tempo, it's catchy as hell, it's really uplifting. It's one of the few worthy additions to the modern Christmas canon. And I think part of the reason is because it gets beneath the skin, of the holiday season. It's not about presents or materialism or food or religion or anything else, It's just about you, whoever that you may be. And there you have it, my top 20 greatest Christmas songs ever. Let me know what you thought of the list below, subscribe to the channel, and head over to Silva Screen's sumptuous store to check out more TV and film music vinyl than even Santa has in stock. Happy holidays.